Hi, in this series we will learn to code in the C programming language. Now before we do any programming we will need to set up a few things. First thing we need is an editor. An editor is where we type our code. You can use any editor you like, VS Code, Atom, Sublime. These are some of the most popular ones, but I will show you how to set up Vim because that's what I mostly use. So let's head over to our terminal and we will type, let's just say if you were to type vim test.c, and when you press enter and if you see any strange error messages, what that means is your system is missing vim. So that's what we will go ahead and install. Now if you're using Ubuntu or other distros that are based on Ubuntu, then the following command should be perfectly fine to install vim. So we will do sudo apt-get install vim, and this will install Vim on your system. Now let's just say that you're using Arch Linux or Fedora, then the command to install Vim will be different. So if you know how to install packages on your distro, or if you can look it up, that should help you get going. So we will compile a short program with Vim. So we will do vim test.c, and now when we press I, what that will do is, as you can see in the left bottom section, that test.c will disappear and it will and insert will appear instead. So we will type I. Now we will type hash symbol, include, space, less than and greater than sign, and stdio.h. Stdio.h, it stands for standard input output library. This library has the printf function that we will use, so we can see the output to make sure that that everything is set up properly. Now we will type int main and parentheses, and we will have void inside these parentheses, and we will have the curly brackets, and we will type printf and parentheses, double quotation marks, hello, we are learning C, and we will have backslash n so we can have the new line, and we will end the line with semicolon. Now we will press escape, and when we press escape, that insert mode will disappear. Now we will type colon and W, and when we press colon W and when we press enter, this will save the file. Now we will go ahead and we will open a new session, and we will do gcc test.c. Now when we do gcc test.c, what that will do is it will compile the program, and it will generate an a.out file. So we will do gcc test.c, press enter, and and then we will get the file a.out, and we will do ./a.out and press enter. And as you can see, it has the output, hello, we are learning C. So if you see this output, then you have pretty much everything you need to start coding in C. One last thing we will do is adjust the settings for Vim. Right now, whenever we press anywhere inside the window with the mouse, the cursor just does not change. So right now the cursor is here, and when we press right here, the mouse cursor should be able to come here, but it doesn't. So we will change that so the cursor comes whenever we press anywhere. Second thing that we will do is we will enable the line numbers, and that will be really helpful when we try to debug our code. So we will create a file by typing vim tilde / dot vim rc. Tilde creates the file at the root directory, so it doesn't matter where you are, and the dot will create the file, and it will be a hidden file. So we will do set number, and this will enable the line numbers. And to enable the mouse, we will do set mouse equals a, and we will save this by typing colon and W and pressing enter, and this will save the file. Now when we exit out of this window right here in the left window, and we open that file again, we can see that now the lines have line number next to them, and also whenever we press anywhere, the mouse clicks get registered. One thing I will say about Windows setup is that it's a bit lengthy process compared to Linux, so just be patient. So now we will set up this Windows machine so we can use Vim and the terminal to code in C. So we will come right here and search for control panel, click on programs, and click on turn Windows features on or off, and scroll all the way down where it says Windows Subsystem for Linux. So we will click on it and press OK, and this will install and set up the environment for Windows Subsystem for Linux. And then we will go ahead and restart our system. So once our system reboots, we will go over to the Windows Store and search for Ubuntu. And we will go ahead and install Ubuntu 18.04 LTS long-term support. And wait for it. Now once that's done, what we will do is we will search for Ubuntu here. And it's a few minutes. So now we will enter our username, whatever username you want that Linux to go by. So now we have Linux set up on our Windows machine. Now first thing that we need to do is we need to update Linux. So what we will do is we will do sudo apt get update. Now Ubuntu 18.04 LTS already comes with Vim installed on it, so we don't have to install Vim. But what we do have to install is GCC. So if we run, let's just say GCC and press enter, it will say that command GCC not found, but can be installed with sudo apt get install GCC. So we will go ahead and install GCC on this, and we will type sudo apt get install GCC. Now installing GCC can take a bit of time. It took about 5 minutes on my system. So now that we have GCC installed, we will go ahead and test it to make sure that everything is working properly. So we will compile a short program and we will type vim test.c, and if you see in the left bottom section, you can see that there's a test.c which is the name of the file, and when we press I, that will get changed to insert, and we will type hash symbol and include and less than and greater than sign and stdio.h, which is the standard input output library for printf function, and we will type int main void, and here we will type printf and parentheses and with double quotation marks, and here you can have anything that you like, but I will type hello, we are learning C \n, and then we will end this with semicolon, and then we will press escape colon and W, as you can see in the left bottom section, and then we will press enter. And what this will do is this will save the file. Now we will open another session of the terminal, and we will do gcc test.c, and this will compile the program, and this will generate an a.out file, and we will run this. And as you can see that it outputs hello, we are learning C. So if you see this output or whatever output string that you entered inside the printf, then you have pretty much everything that you need to start coding in C. One last thing we will do is adjust the settings for Vim. First thing that we will change is we will enable the line numbers. And what that will do is it will show us the line number next to each piece of code. And that's really helpful when we have a really lengthy and long code and we are trying to debug. And having the line number next to each piece of code will be really helpful. Second thing that we will change is we will enable the mouse clicks. So right now the cursor is at W, but if I wanted to bring the cursor to G, and when we press on the mouse, that cursor won't really move to G. It will still stay at W. So we will enable that, so whenever we press anywhere inside the window, the cursor will just move right away to that place. And again, it's really helpful when we have a really long piece of code and we want the cursor to move to that location right away. So we will create a file by typing vim tilde / dot vim rc. Now tilde will create the file at the root directory, doesn't matter where you are, and dot will create the hidden file. So whenever you have dot next before the file or the directory, what that will do is it will create that file and it will be hidden, or that folder that will be hidden. And now we will type set number, and this will enable the line numbers. And in the second line we will type set mouse equals a, and we will save this by pressing escape : and W, and this will save the file. Now in the left window we will exit out of this by pressing escape Q. You can have the exclamation, or if you don't want to have the exclamation, that's fine too. And we will exit out of this. And when we enter the file again, we can see that each line of code has a number next to it. And right now the cursor is at the hash symbol, but when we press on the mouse, the cursor moves and it changes to wherever the mouse click is. Now we will set up Mac. Let's head over to our terminal. If you have not installed any of the terminals, then you will see this terminal. So go ahead and open that. I have iterm2 installed on this machine, and I will be using this, but you should be able to follow along with the regular terminal or any other terminal of your choice. Mac already comes with Vim installed on it, so we don't have to worry about installing Vim. And if you just type Vim and press enter, you will see a screen like this, and that's how you would know that Vim is already installed on this. But we do need GCC, so when we type GCC and press enter, it will give us this pop-up window, so we will go ahead and install that and just press it and agree. And seems like all the packages are installed. And again, we will compile a short program to make sure that everything is working fine. So we will just do vim test.c, and we will press I so we can start typing, and the test.c in the left bottom section will disappear, and we will see an insert instead. And now we will do # include space less than and greater than sign stdio.h, and int main void, and we will do printf hello, we are learning C \n and semicolon, and we will press escape and that insert will disappear, and we will press colon and W, as you can see in the left bottom section of the window, and press enter, and the this will save the file. Now all we need to do is type gcc test.c, press enter, and this generates an a.out file, and we will run that by doing ./a.out. So if you see this output, then you have pretty much. One last thing we will do is adjust the settings for Vim. As you can see that the text is just one color right now. We will change that so we can have syntax font, and it will help us catch some of the mistakes that we might make while we are typing our code. Second thing we will do is we will add the line numbers, and this is helpful when we are trying to debug, and we will get the line number where the code might be breaking. Third thing that we will do is we will register the mouse clicks. So right now if you click anywhere inside this window, the mouse clicks just don't get registered. So we will change that so the mouse clicks can get registered. So we will go ahead and we will create a new file at the root directory, and we will do this by typing vim tilde /dat vim rc. Now tilde will create the file at the root directory, and then having dot means that the file will be hidden, and then we will type syntax on, and this will turn on the syntax. And in order to enable the line numbers, we will do set number, and in order to register the mouse clicks, we will do set mouse equals a, and we will save this colon and W. So you will press escape, colon and W, as you can see in the bottom left section of this window, and press enter. Now that's saved. We will go ahead and we will close this file, and we will open it back again, and when we open, we will see that the text will be syntaxed, and as you can see that the text is syntaxed, and when we click anywhere inside this window, the cursor just moves over, and we can also see that the lines have numbers now. Now anytime you want to make any changes to this vimrc file, all you will need to do is just type vim.vimrc, and you can remove whichever ones that you like, and you can add whichever ones that you like. Now I personally don't keep the set number on, so I will remove this, but I do use it, and I mostly use it when I'm debugging and trying to find out where the code is breaking. I hope this video helped you set up the environment on your operating system. In the next video, I will go over a few commands that will help you navigate your way around the terminal. If you're not interested in learning the terminal commands, skip that and go to the next video, and I'll see you in the next one.